Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and we are going to continue with human development and sexual health. In my last video, it was about the female reproductive system. So if you haven't seen that, please go take a look at it. And today we are going to talk about ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, and birth. Females are born with their lifetime supply of sex cells or immature ova in their ovaries. And here's the ovaries. We see one here and one here. Once the hormone estrogen is produced at puberty, there's a message that's sent to the ovaries to ripen and release one ovum at a time. And we can see the ovum here going through fallopian tubes. And this is called ovulation and will happen about once a month. So when that happens and women start to bleed, that is called menstruation. So over here, beginning at puberty again, we can see that the ovaries release an ovum about once a month. And most of the time, the ovum does not meet with a sperm in the sperm cell in the fallopian tube. And what happens is, as it goes through, we can see it here, going through, we see it over here. And if it is not met with a sperm, it dissolves, and all the blood that was accumulating in the uterus, the endometrium in here, we can see it thickening, and it releases if it is not fertilized. If the egg is not fertilized, all that blood comes out as your period when you menstruate. We can see it again in this slide. We can see week 1 is when you have your period. Week 2, we see the ovum right here. It's going to be released out, and as it's being released out, this is getting thicker. The endometrium inside the uterus gets thicker. Week 4, it's really thick, and then the whole cycle happens again. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then you get your period again. We're going to talk about the use of menstrual products, but for that, what I have is a video for you to watch. So if you could look in the description box below, I will put in a link over there where you can watch a really good video that explains period hygiene, tampons, pads, and menstrual cups. So how often does a period come? So menstruation could be irregular at first, and it could come every 21 to 42 days. And if it comes sooner or later than this, or if someone has not had their period by the age of 16, then they should talk to their doctor or healthcare provider. Usually menstruation continues to happen approximately every 28 days. It stops during things like pregnancy, and it'll stop at menopause as well. It's a good idea to mark it on a calendar when you're having your period so that you can predict when the next period will happen. Usually periods are really heavy on the first day or two, and then it decreases over time. So the amount of blood coming out will decrease. And believe it or not, the menstrual fluid is only about 2 tablespoons to half a cup per menstrual period. And it'll come out during the day and night, usually for between 3 days to 7 days. And as mentioned before, you can use pads and Diva cups or tampons to be able to catch this blood that comes out. It will absorb the menstrual fluid. So what are you looking forward to as you are growing up? So some people will say freedom and doing what you want, driving, staying up late, taking the bus by yourself, making money or having a job, going out and having a family. So we're actually going to talk about having a family in the next video. So please join me there. Thanks for watching, guys. So what are you looking forward to about growing up? I have a list of things here that we're going to look at, different things that you might be looking forward to. So we have things like freedom or doing what you want. Driving for sure is one up that's up there. Staying up late, taking the bus by yourself, making money, having a job, going out, and finally also having a family for some people. So we're going to be talking about having a family or becoming a parent. So, what are some of the ways a person becomes a parent? There are several ways. One of the ways is through pregnancy, where they make a baby. The second one could be an adoption, where you adopt a little baby, a child. Or third could be parenting a partner's children or child. If your partner has a child or children from a previous relationship, then you would be those kids' parent. So we're going to look at how a baby is made and how a family is made. So to make a baby, you need an ovum, which a female supplies. You need a sperm, which a male supplies, and you need the uterus, which we saw a female has in her body. So those are the three things you need in order to make a baby. So in order to make the baby, we need the sperm. Now, sperm, when it enters the vagina, there's thousands and thousands of them that enter the vagina, and they move along through the cervix into the uterus and to the fallopian, through the fallopian tubes, and they'd go either way. Here we're just showing it one way. So it goes through the fallopian tubes, and if you are ovulating, girls, then an egg is released, a mature egg is released, and it possibly then the sperm will fertilize that egg. It'll enter that one egg and fertilize it. All the other sperm obviously disappear and dissolve. So what happens is then this egg, this ovum, moves along. This is just one egg moving along through the fallopian tube, and it finds itself on the endometrium, on the wall of the uterus, where it then continues to grow. So looking at this picture, we see it more close up, again, moving from the fallopian tube down to the uterus lining, the uterus wall. Now, to watch it in a better example than I have is a video that I'm going to post in the description box below. I'll post the link. Please take a look at it at this point. Talking about multiple births. So sometimes you can have multiple births, and what I mean by that are like identical twins. So identical twins, I'll just explain how it happens. So the single ovum, the single egg, and the single sperm get fertilized. So the sperm goes into the egg and it fertilizes it, and you would have seen that in the video that you just saw. But here what happens is it divides into two. And so we have identical chromosomes. And this doesn't happen often. It only happens when we have identical twins. We have the identical chromosomes, and those two fetuses share a common placenta. And the only outcome you can have is either two girls or two boys. You couldn't have a girl and a boy because they're identical chromosomes. It would be two girls or two boys, and they would look exactly the same. Going on to fraternal twins, this is where you can have two boys, two girls, or a girl and a boy. And what happens here is that two ovums are released. Now, that doesn't happen often either. It's usually just one. But here, two were released. Two different sperm enter each egg, each ovum. And we get two eggs with two sperms. So they've been fertilized. They have different chromosomes and not the same chromosomes. And both the fetuses are in the uterus, but they don't share the same placenta. They have separate placentas. And that would be fraternal twins. So we could either have two girls, two boys, or a girl and a boy. Those are the possible combinations. They wouldn't look exactly the same. They would just look like brothers or sisters. Thank you so much for watching this part. Please stay tuned for the next part, which would be the male reproductive system. Thanks, guys.